Okay, what's up guys? This is the team building for dropshipping video where I did say that I'm not going to cover like team building stuff in this Discord, but I'm going to be very generous and still talk about it a bit and talk about just like the basic hires you should be making for like to have like a sustainable growth and like to be able to maintain growth basically and just like keep systems in place. I'm just going to give like a brief overview of like the positions you should hire and where you can get them from and stuff like that. But in the future, we're going to drop like a super in-depth course with like actually like SOPs and shit for all of these people, exactly where to hire them from, what to look for. Gonna have like interviews with like people from our team inside there, and they're gonna teach especially like customer service stuff, and they're gonna be teaching like how to hire how to do everything basically. But it's gonna be a super in-depth course, but yeah, I'm just gonna run over it briefly in this, but yeah, let's jump in. Okay, yeah, also in the course, I'm going to be going through like the kind of like test tasks and stuff that I'm looking for when we're hiring these people, and how to know if they're actually like good or not basically. But I'm going to run through basically and show you like the different positions you should hire now and the order in which you should do this. I think a lot of you already have like a customer service VA already, just like one VA to answer things, but I'll just stick with it. I'm going to go through everything. So customer service VA, like just like get a Filipino. So when to hire them, basically when you have a store that starts scaling beyond a few K a day, and you just want to get these guys pretty quickly, like there's no risk to you, like you're just paying them hourly, you pay them like $5 an hour, and you're just gonna add them to your email, and they're just going to respond to customers, and you can write them like a little SOP and just explaining to them how to do it. But you should hire someone that's already had experience doing that before. They should already kind of know how to do it. They should have experience of Shopify and stuff, and you just add them to the store and get them to refund shit and do whatever they need to do, like change addresses on orders and that type of shit, because like you should not be doing that. Once you start doing a few K a day, you need to be focusing on like creatives and like testing new shit, so you don't have time to be replying to these emails, and like they'll start adding up very, very quickly. So but normally there's some catch up time, because if you think about like if you start a store and it takes you like in 7 days you scale up to like 2K or something, or you could go way beyond that, but say only 2K, like even though you're getting 50 orders a day or whatever it is, like those orders won't start arriving for another like 2 weeks. You have a bit of buffer time, but once you start hitting that scale, like you should be looking for a VA to basically just start doing this shit. But yeah, basically what are they doing? They're just responding to customers, and also add them to your Facebook business, whatever it's called, like business manager, but whatever, like the Meta like business suite or something, and then they can just respond. They can delete really negative like horrendous comments on your Facebook and Instagram stuff saying that like you're scamming or some weird bullshit like that. Only really negative stuff they need to delete. Like if someone's just chatting random shit, then they don't need to delete that, because sometimes that can help and make people like argue in the comments, and you actually want that. But like people saying just shit about like this is fucking something that's gonna like negatively affect and stop people from buying, you shouldn't be spending time doing that yourself. You just have a VA just like sweeping through every day, just once or twice a day, sweeping through the comments on the posts and just looking at the notifications and deleting them. And where can you find these people? You can find them on onlinejobs.ph, which is basically a job website in the Philippines where you can just post a listing saying exactly what you're looking for and just have them apply to you, and then just do a few interviews and you can find one quickly. Or you can do the same thing on Upwork. But yeah, so that's hire number one. Okay, hire number two, and this I'm gonna say is like, I would say probably the most important hire you will ever make in terms of ecom, and nobody fucking talks about this. And I'm gonna do a whole video on YouTube talking about a similar thing, like in-depth story into like how my first store got fucked over completely because of like this stuff on the back end that no one talks about. And I think a lot of people end up just getting fucked from this, and then they just end up losing loads of money or getting in horrendous situations, or just getting completely fucked because they don't have a good back end, like customer service person. And this person, by the way, is really, really important, and they need to be very capable. This isn't just any random like VA person. Like, this person needs to be very good, and like and like this is unbelievably important. And like, but this can go so in depth, and this is the reason that like for the money that you guys are paid, 2k, 2.5k, 3k, 4k, whatever you paid is not worth all of the information that I could give on this role, because like this role has like I've gone through so much shit trying to work out all of this stuff, and I found like the best person ever who does all of this stuff with us. And like, yeah, she's fucking amazing, and like I'll always make sure that she's like taken care of, and like she'll always be working with us. And like even eventually when we sell the stores and stuff, like I'd want to like give her back a lot, because like she helped with stuff so much and just saved so much stress. And like yeah, she's great. But so that's going to be like in the course that I do. Like I want to have interviews with her, and because like this stuff gets super intricate, and I want her to like make SOPs and kind of show exactly like how she kind of runs like all these systems. But I'm going to go into it now though. So this is the customer service manager, and I think this is the second hire you should make. And this is basically, unlike forget about creatives, forget about like video editors, any of this shit at the start. Like, if you focus all on the front end, you're gonna get fucked. And like, I've gone through this, and I've seen loads of people go through this, and I see people go through this time and time again, and they never do anything about it. Like, this is so important. You can't, like, if you have a bucket, you can't keep filling up the bucket full of more water, more creatives, more fucking video editors and shit, when there's holes in the bottom of the bucket, and you're just losing all the money. Like, we've made a ton of money now with dropshipping and a load of revenue and a load of profit, but we've actually retained that profit and kept it. Not like over a year ago when I made a load of money and then lost loads of it because I didn't have a good one of these. But in the end, we did make loads of money and retain loads of profit, because this key role that kept all of the money in the back end. It didn't mean that like, okay, we're making loads of money on the front end, we're doing 100k days, and we're just losing everything on the back end in refunds and shit like that and chargebacks. That wasn't happening because we had this. Okay, but so yeah, this is a customer service manager. Oh, sorry, I think I was saying like I want to have in the course loads of SOPs and like teaching from our customer service manager, teaching how to do all of this stuff. And basically, yeah, like this will save your fucking business, and like you can get so advanced with this. But basically, yeah, this is not just a basic VA, and this is someone that's going to be hard to find and potentially hard to train, but it's very, very needed. But so when do you hire a customer service manager? So once you've scaled kind of like beyond like it's hard to say, but like 5k plus days. It depends on the store as well. Some stores, like, they require a lot of customer service just because there's a lot of like questions about something, or there's some blah blah. Yeah, and also this is super important for if you have multiple stores. So like, this is a dank tip as well. If you have like a group e-com company, which is what like we have, where we have like one company that owns like a load of different brands, rather than having different employees for each, we just have like a holding company that holds all of the stores. And then we have employees that then are just like their fixed costs are spread between the stores, and they can work on all of them. We just have one team, and that spreads out. That means that like our fixed costs are really low because they're spread between all these different brands. And yeah, it's just easy to manage. But basically, if you have multiple stores, you can have one customer service manager who like understands how all the stores work, and they manage the team. But so yeah, this is basically, once your one VA can't really handle with the one VA thing is kind of the temporary thing. Like a one customer service VA is like a temporary fix so that you can like focus on other things while you start receiving loads of tickets and you need a customer service manager. Once you get the customer service manager, what will they actually do? They're basically going to build out systems and shit and like use their intuition and like go off and like do all of these things by themselves. And or I mean, you can help them with it, but like this is why you want someone in this position who's very capable and you don't have to tell them what to do and everything. And like for this role, I think you need to have someone that's had experience with it. You don't want to be teaching someone how to do this, but like I understand there's not a lot of these out there and it's going to be hard, especially with like everyone now in the Discord is going to go looking for them. There's not going to be a lot of people available, and that's kind of also why I want to have this course in the future where like you can hire a VA that's capable, and or that maybe you've worked with that VA in the first place and you see they're capable and you're like, okay, you can't find a good customer service manager, you trust this VA and you know that like they have intuition, so you can train them. So basically in that course as well, I'm going to have it so that like our customer service person can train your customer service people to make them into a manager, because I realized that like it's fucking hard to find someone like this. But yeah, I mean you can find someone decent potentially, but yeah, to get them like super dank, then yeah, whatever. But so they're going to build out all the systems for your like backend and customer service. So like they're going to build SOPs basically for your customer service agents on how to respond to things. They're going to like, they should be able to set up a system like Gorgeous or Zendesk. I just recommend using Gorgeous, which is or Georgious, however you say it, which is like a customer service platform where like the whole team can go on there and it automatically like imports all the tickets from like Gmail, all of the Facebook comments, Instagram comments, all onto this one platform, and it just makes it way more efficient for like the customer service to be able to reply to everything. They're going to make like metrics and reports like every few days. Our customer service manager sends us like reports on like just like the customer service shit and just any problems that are arising, like, oh, there's a certain problem with this variant, or like there's something wrong with this color isn't the same as what's being like you're saying it is, or they'll let you know of like issues and shit like that, and you can ask them for specific reports as well. And this will become really useful as well when you want to start moving on to product development and you're like start getting your customer service team to do kind of like surveys on people, so you can work out what do people like about the product, what do people not like about the product, blah blah, and then you can use that for like product development, improving a product and making a product better. This is getting super advanced, which is cool. But Trustpilot, like, because eventually some cunt's going to make a Trustpilot for your store, and like when you're drop shipping, it's very hard to maintain like a good Trustpilot score. But like even when you're actually doing everything right and like taking care of people, you're still going to get a fucked Trustpilot. But like having a customer service manager who's kind of like monitoring that, responding to people, and making sure that doesn't get too shit is really important. Sweeping social comments, so yeah, just like I said before, like managing the team that's deleting comments and shit like that. Building help centers on Gorgeous. You can get help centers, which is basically like you can make like FAQs and shit, like potentially like sizing guides or like how to use guides, stuff like that, on your store, and like they can literally build that whole thing themselves as well. Managing complicated return systems, like if you eventually have returns and shit like that, they can deal with all of that. And also your customer service manager should be speaking directly with your agents as well. Hire builder, managing chargebacks and stuff as well. So I'm not sure if I've said in the videos before or I've just said it in the Discord, but like if you start, the reason that you get holds and stuff like that is because of chargebacks, and Shopify payments basically freaks out because, or Stripe, because like you're getting a lot of chargebacks and they start holding your money. So to stop Shopify from even seeing, or Stripe from even seeing that you're getting a lot of chargebacks. You should use something like Charge Blast or Disputerifier, which basically prevent that. You just refund chargebacks before they even hit Shopify. But you can basically, that takes like some work and effort. So you basically should have your customer service manager run that and like do the chargebacks, like process the refunds and shit like that, and monitor that. Hire and build out and maintain quality. Like, and this is super important, because you can hire rather than once you start getting loads and loads of tickets, people don't see as well. We were doing like 100k days, way over 100k days for a very long time, and we still do high volume now. People don't see that, like, and we were retaining the money. Like, show me some of these other guys that were doing 100k days. There's very few of them. Show me how much money they kept at the end of it, and show me what their back end looked like. Because I bet it looked like shit, and I bet they lost most of that money on the back end. But we had like a fucking huge team of like 15 people and loads of VAs, everyone being managed properly. And like, I wasn't going out and hiring loads of VAs all the time and shit like that. It was our customer service manager who I was like, look, we're going to start going up now. You need to start hiring people. And she went out and blah, blah, blah. I don't even know how. She's finding people that she used to know. She worked with at other companies because she's experienced, or she was like posting like job listings and stuff like that, and just hire, and like so easily she just brought in this whole team, and she's managing them, she's managing their rota, their hours. Like, I'm not like tracking all their hours, she does that. And then at the end of each month, she sends me like a pay, like the amount of hours that someone's worked or whatever, and then I pay them that amount. So I'm not tracking all of that. She tracks all of that. She sets their schedule. She hires them. She maintains them. She makes sure they're all working well. And the key point of this is like, she needs to be, or your customer service manager needs to be responsible for this. If the team is doing shit, it's her fault, because she hired them and it's her job to maintain quality, right? So you should also, I'm not going to delve too deep into this, but the way you should hire people, you should make sure that bonuses are like heavily integrated into their pay, because like, pay everyone well as well, especially like these people from the Philippines, and or you're hiring people from like India or the Philippines or something like that. Like, they're not first world countries. They're not as lucky and fortunate as us. And like their quality of life, like, don't take the piss paying them really small amounts. Like, especially if you have a really good customer service manager, pay them well. Like, we pay ours really, really well. Like, pay them well and treat them well, and that they're just humans. Like, be nice to them. Especially, you're making a lot of money from this and you have a lot of cash flow, so be nice to them, be kind to them, and they're going to be receptive of that and be kind back to you and take care of everything. Like, this is probably my number one tip for like team building. Just treat people like just normal people. You don't have to start being all corporate and weird when you hire people. Just be relaxed and casual with people. Be super friendly with them. Pay them well. That's what this is all about. Pay them well. Take care of them. Be nice to them, and just treat them like humans, and they're gonna like love you in return. It's the same with any type of relationship. Like, treat them well, and they'll be so be so happy, and they'll take care of you, and they'll want to learn, and they'll want to get better and stuff like that. I could talk about this for so long. Obviously I will do in this course, but yeah, anyways. But what I was saying about the bonus thing though, if you do have like someone that's taking the piss and they're not doing the work and the whole team is shit, it's like, well, hang on a minute, your pay is whatever, your pay is X and your bonus is X, but if the team isn't performing well, you're not getting your bonus, and their bonus is like a significant portion of their thing. Obviously, pay them the bonus if they're doing well and they're doing good, but if they're doing shit, don't pay them the bonus. And to be honest, if they're not getting the bonus, just kick them out and hire someone else. But like, I've never had to do that, but like, actually at one point we had 2 customer service managers, but I ended up we didn't need it, but like one of them was shit, and we ended up firing her and had like problems with her, and she was just fucking shit and taking the piss. But people like that, yeah, fuck them. And if the team is doing shit, it's their responsibility. They need to be responsible for it. Make sure it's clear to them, like, yeah, I'm going to pay you really well, blah, 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 but like, you need to be responsible for the team. Like, it's all on you. If someone's doing bad, it's your fault. You need to be responsible for that. And they'll understand, and like, they're willing to take on that commitment, and they're going to get paid for it. It's the same as anything else, like the responsibility. Where can you find this? Online jobs, Philippines, and Upwork, same as the other one. Okay, this next one, video editors, and so this is the next hire number 3, and I would say not to do this until you're doing like 100k plus a month or something, and you have like a good understanding of editing creatives. Otherwise, and when you start to like lose your time, and like hiring is about buying your time back and stuff, like make sure you, like we've talked about before, make sure you learn the creative process and stuff first before you start outsourcing stuff. But like once you don't want to start racking up loads of really high bills. It's not gonna be that high, but like you don't want to start hiring loads of people when you don't know if you're going to be able to pay for them or not. Like if you just have one quick run-up store, and then all of a sudden your income goes to 0 the next month because the store goes to shit, and you start losing money, and you still have all these people to pay for, you're going to get fucked, and you're going to have to start like firing people. And then yeah, you need to be responsible for these people because they have families and stuff like that. Like, don't be a cunt. I really want to get this across. Like, don't be a cunt. These are real people, and these are like less fortunate people. So like, treat them fucking well, and like just be nice to them. Like, honestly, yeah, I don't want to see anyone in the Discord being a cunt or anything to any of their employees or anything, because like, yeah, treat these people well. They're less fortunate. They're not as lucky to be born in like the first world countries like most of us are watching this. So yeah, treat them well. And yeah, but yeah, so what will they do? They edit the creatives and the UGC, and they can potentially make graphics and stuff for you for like picture ads. If they don't already know how to do that, you can train them how to do that and just show them how to use Canva or some shit. And also they can use like 11 labs and stuff, so they won't be writing scripts, but you can write scripts for them or have the creative person write scripts for them. And then basically they can use AI to but basically you can then give the scripts to the video editor and give them like the 11 labs login that you pay for, and they can basically download, and you can give them like an SOP on how to do that, teach them how to do that, so that they can then make like AI voiceovers, and then yeah, and then they use that to edit together rather than you having to do it, or the creative like scripting person having to do it. Again, you can find them on online jobs or Upwork, and again, I'd recommend like Filipinos for this. I'd recommend Filipinos potential yeah, for the first 3 roles. Or video editors potentially could be from somewhere else, but Filipinos are good. Potentially like India or like Eastern Europeans, or like you just don't need someone really expensive for this, like, because if you start going like within like the UK and US and stuff like that, these people start wanting like 4k a month, and they're shit, like literally for no reason. So there's no need for it. But yeah. Okay, and this is the last one I'm going to talk about, the content strategist, and this is probably the last one you should hire. But yeah, so basically, again, this one is like when you're doing like 100k plus a month, and these are going to be more expensive again. So you need to think about like, do I have enough money to be paying for this person, right? And can you keep paying for them? Blah blah. Like, if you're actually doing 100k a month consistently, like, you should be, even if your profit margins are shit and you're making like 20k a month, you should easily be able to pay for all of these people, and still taking home like a lot yourself. But so yeah, so what do they do, and what are content strategists? So basically, it's just like another person that they're going to write the scripts and stuff, and actually they should have a really, really solid understanding, and they should be really good at writing scripts and understanding how like creatives work for DTC and stuff. So basically, what do? They source content from UGC creators, so they're the ones that are reaching out and speaking with the content creators, and like negotiating with them, whatever. And you can also speak with your content strategist and like negotiate like, okay, what kind of budget you have, like, and how much do you want to spend, blah blah. They should be doing like market research on they can use platforms like, it's called Foreplay, where like they can see and save other creatives from other UGC other like brands and stuff like that. And they can just look at like what other brands are doing like in a similar niche to you, and then like make plans, write scripts. So then they need to write scripts to send to UGC creators, and also write scripts that can be used for AI voiceovers that the editor will then use. And they should also plan out how the video is going to use, and potentially like the different cuts, and like tell the video editors they should be making like documents that they send to the video editors, that the video editor then like, there's a whole system that like, I'm not going to show it again in this, but I'd show in the course, where it's like showing the system of like the content strategist comes up with the strategy. No, comes up with like the idea. They write the script. They send it to the UGC creator. She gets the footage back, and then she writes like to the video editor how it should be written. It gets sent to the video editor. He does it all up, blah blah, AI voiceover if needed, and then he sends it back to the content strategist, who then says if it needs any revisions. If not, approves it, and then you upload it and add it to the ad account. So yeah, they should be speaking directly with the video editors. And now this one, I don't recommend hiring a Filipino, and I recommend hiring someone with English as their first language, or someone with like a very high like English level proficiency, like some like European country or something, where like their English is like fluent. It's important that English is fluent. So I wouldn't recommend like Filipinos, or online jobs.philippines. Upwork, you can find them there. Twitter, you can find them there. LinkedIn, you can try and poach them from like creative agencies, where you can go and look for creative agencies, try and find their content strategists and like message them and offer to pay them more or something. This is quite a new like job position as well, that like hasn't been around for a long time. So there isn't a ton of these people, but a lot more of them are popping up, but a lot of them also are shit. So again, this is another one which is like it would take a lot of explaining, and we also have like a really good one. So it's kind of hard for me to explain like all the steps that you need for this, but yeah, I will do that in the course in the future. But this person as well, you need to pay them quite a lot, like probably $3,000 plus, potentially up to like $5,000, $6,000 a month, depending on how good they are. So yeah, it's gonna be expensive, but they should be doing like really, really good quality work, and this should like really sort out your creative systems, so that then you have like loads and loads of fresh, sick creatives all the time, which is going to help with your like consistent scaling, and going to help you scale a lot more. Yeah, what else was I going to say? Yeah, and I've just added the creative agency we use alongside. That's also now like training our content strategists more, and also they kind of do this, and they have content strategists inside, and they basically will do all of this shit for you, and deliver the creatives for you, which basically wipes out the last two hires you need, and like this agency will do it for you. You can use them like temporarily, and then they can help you hire video editors and content strategists and stuff. That's something they do. So eventually you can have it like internally. So I would recommend that probably, to go with the agency and work with them to start off with, and they can help you like hire these last two positions. Maybe video editor you can do yourself, but content strategist, like, it's up to you, but I would probably recommend to go with the agency to start off with, and they'll help you get these things, and then you can like hire them internally eventually and go like in-house. But yeah, I think this is a super like super valuable video, to be honest, that I didn't completely want to talk about because I know I just gave away like some of the stuff I just talked about is going to make some people insane amounts of money, and like I'm just like the shit we're talking about, I'm like, fucking hell, the ROI on this course is not expensive enough. We need to make it fucking more expensive. But yeah, whatever, go make loads of money now. But yeah, if you have questions about this stuff, like I said, I don't want to go too in detail on this, but I've already given away a load of source for free that I said I wouldn't talk about, but there you go. Yeah, and like a lot of this as well, just use your common sense. You can work it out. Like, you don't like just look around and like, I don't want people posting shit like, oh, but what do I write and what test tasks do I need them to do? Just think about it. Don't be a fucking vegetable cunt, all right? And think about things yourself and be like, okay, what do you even want them to be doing on your store? Okay, how can you write a test task for them? And don't like, or how has someone got a template for a job posting? No, just write it yourself, you fucking lazy cunt. Like,